Today in this video, we will be discussing a very important concept of English, that is errors. Now errors we cannot say is a topic, but basically it is a general mistakes that we make while writing or while speaking English. Maybe because the concepts are not clear or we are not aware about the rules that we have to follow while speaking or while writing or while understanding a certain topic. So today we will be discussing the errors in tenses. First of all, it is very important for us to understand the rules for using different type of tenses. So for that, I suggest you to visit the videos, to have a look at the videos that I have made on tenses, and also have a look at different type of tenses, what are the rules for each type of tense, so that you will be able to understand that how you have to follow those rules, and also that will also help you to avoid mistakes in the sentences. So now let us begin with the definition of tenses. Tenses are basically all those words which are used to represent the time of the event or the action being occurring. So here definition will be that these words are used to represent the time of occurrence of an event, and we know that tenses are of three types. Basic type of tenses are three. First is past tense, then we talk about present tense, and then the last one is future tense. Past tense is used to represent the action or the event that took place somewhere in the past. It can be yesterday, 2 days ago, or weeks ago, years ago. That means anything that has happened in the past refers to as past tense. Then we talk about present. Present basically means something that is happening now, an event that is taking place now. The teacher teaches, that means the teacher is still teaching, so that is the present tense. And then we talk about future tense. Future tense represents the things that will occur in the coming time. So events in coming time refers to future tense. For examples, tomorrow, then 2 weeks later, or I can say 5 days ahead. So these are some of the examples which are used to represent that some event is going to take place 5 days ahead. Or I can say my exams are 5 days ahead, which means that my exams are arriving in 5 days. So that represents the future tense. Now we will be discussing the errors that we make in each type of tense. First, let's talk about present tense. Whenever we are talking about present indefinite tense, present indefinite tense means that we are not sure about a particular time or a particular day when something is happening. We are indefinite about the exact time. Time we know that since it is present, that means something is happening now. But now also at what time or on which day is that thing happening, we are not sure about that. In that case, remember, whenever we are talking about third person, and if that third person is in singular form. Now here in indefinite tense, singular and plural form plays a vital role. Now here I am talking about third person in singular form. Whenever we are talking about third person in singular form, the verb in first person will always follow S over there. Verb with first person will always follow S, and in words which end with words such as O, CH, SH, SSE. The words which end with such words, in those words we will always place ES. For example, over here I say Renu miss her mother. When I say Renu miss her mother, here my sentence is wrong. Why? Because Renu over here is a third person. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about Renu, who is a third person. So with third person and a singular person is there, that means Renu is a singular person. And I said that with singular person, either we make use of S or we make use of ES. That depends upon the verb that I'm talking about. And if my verb is ending with SS, then we have to apply ES along with that. So instead of miss, I will be saying Renu misses her mother, and this is a present indefinite tense because she misses her mother, that is present, but at what time we do not know. So this is an example of present indefinite tense in which there occurs an error, and that error will only be identified if we are aware about this rule. So this rule is very important to follow, that with third person, if the person is in singular form, then the verb will be in the first person plus S will be applied over there. And if it is a plural person, when the third person is plural, then all these rules will not be followed. We will simply put the verb as it is without applying any S or ES along with that. So this was the first area where we can identify the errors, and the errors will be identified only when we follow the rules. So it is very important for us to follow the rules, to understand the rules in order to find the errors. Unless we understand the rules, we will not be able to identify any errors. Now let us take a look at some more errors in tenses. Now the second area where the errors can occur is like whenever we are making use of verbs of perception. So with verbs of perception, we will always make use of simple present tense instead of using present continuous tense. So second is that with verbs of perception are the words like feel, drink, see. These are some of the words. So with these verbs of perception, we use simple present tense. Simple present tense is used over here instead of present continuous. So here we make use of simple present tense instead of present continuous. So I can explain this through an example. For example, I say, we are drinking water to quench our thirst. Now, I say we are drinking water to quench our thirst, but whenever we are thirsty, the first thing that strikes our mind is that we need to drink water. So this is something of perception. This is something that we normally, this is a gesture that we normally make. So here, whenever we are feeling thirsty, we want to drink water. That is but obvious. So in that case, instead of saying we are drinking water, here it is incorrect. There is an error. Why? Because we know that whenever we are feeling thirsty, we have to drink water. We want to drink water actually. So we drink water to quench our thirst. That is the correct formation of my sentence. We drink water to quench our thirst. So this is again the area where people make or might make mistakes. So you have to keep in mind that something obvious whenever happens or occurs in a sentence, which has to be in simple present tense. Another example can be, we are seeing with our eyes. When I say we are seeing with our eyes, again this is wrong, because it is not like today we are seeing with our eyes and tomorrow we will see with our ears or nose. No, every time it is but obvious that we see with our eyes, Again, something of perception, something that naturally occurs. So instead of our seeing, we will only say we see with our eyes, and this is the correct formation. So again, this rule has to be followed, has to be remembered in order to identify the errors if occurs in exam. Now the third area again where there are chances of error is when using of when or while. There is a huge difference between when and while, and one has to remember this difference in order to use these two words correctly in the sentence. And also, by chance, if you have to find errors regarding these two words, then also the rules are necessary to follow. Only then you will be able to identify the errors. Now, whenever we are making use of when, here we are talking about when. Whenever we are making use of when, it means that the first action or the first event is over, and then the second event takes place. This is when, right? I was studying when the bell rang. That means that first, while the bell was ringing, I was studying, right? And whenever we are talking about while, it means that both events are occurring simultaneously. Both the events are occurring simultaneously over here. So that is the area where we make use of while. And when is used when we have to follow one event after the another. I say that Rohan left the office when I arrived. It means that the first action was already over when the second action took place. So these are the two differences between when and while. Let us understand through some examples over here. So the first example over here can be, if he arrived my sister was cooking. If he arrived, my sister was cooking. Now, by just looking at the sentence and reading the sentence aloud, we can find out the error and we can realize that the formation of the sentence is not correct. There is an error in the sentence. So, yes, obviously there is an error. Instead of using if, we will say when he arrived, my sister was cooking. If means that there is a condition. But here we are not there. The sentence doesn't look like that of a condition. It is just the sentence when you say that something was going on when another event took place. So when he arrived, my sister was cooking. That makes some sense. That makes the sentence correct. The second example over here can be, my friend was studying when I can say when Renu was listening songs. My friend was studying when Renu was listening songs. Here again I said that two events took place simultaneously. In that case we make use of while. So here my friend was studying is the one event that is happening, and at the same time Renu was listening songs. So instead of when, I will be making use of while over here. This is another area where people generally make mistakes, and we have to avoid such mistakes in this case. So now let us understand some more fields or some more areas where there can be errors in tenses. So now the next area is that whenever we make use of future tense along with the main verb, which means that next is that main verb, when the main verb is in my future tense, in that case again we make use of simple present tense with clauses. So here plus we make use of simple present tense with clauses, and clauses includes words such as till, unless, until, as soon as. So these are some of the examples. So now let us understand this concept through examples. I said that my main verb, if it is in future tense, so I say we shall wait till he arrives. Now we shall wait till he arrives. Again, looking at the sentence, I can find out that my sentence is wrong. I can feel that the structure is not correct. Whenever we are talking about the main verb, when it is in simple future tense, along with that we make of simple present clauses. Here the simple clause will not be to, it will be till. We shall wait till he arrives. That is the correct formation of sentence. So another area where generally the errors are made, again this is a rule. As you notice that for each area there is different rule. And just the case is that we have to follow these rules, we have to understand the rules in order to identify the errors. The game over here is just to understand the rules and to learn the rules. If we follow the rules, there will be no errors. If we do not follow the rules, the sentences will be filled with errors. So let us now understand the last area where there can be chances of errors. But again, if we understand the rules, there will be less chances of any formation of errors in a sentence, and then my sentence will be all correct and clear. Now the next important rule is that we do not make use of present perfect tense whenever we are using adverbs of past time. So next is that present perfect tense is not used with adverb of past. And here adverb of past refers to yesterday, ago, before, earlier. These are some of the examples of adverbs of past. So let us understand this concept through examples. The first example over here can be, I have seen her yesterday. When I say I have seen her yesterday, here I am making use of yesterday, and yesterday is the adverb of past, and with adverb of past we do not make use of present perfect tense. So here again my sentence is wrong because it does not follow the rule. As you can see over here, again there is a rule that has to be followed. We will check whether the sentence is following the rule or not. I see that with past, adverb of past, we do not make use of simple present perfect. Here they are using, which is wrong. I will just say I saw her yesterday. So this forms the correct sentence, while there was an error over here. So here in this video we have discussed about tenses, and then we have also discussed the errors that might occur in tenses. The only rule to avoid the occurrence of errors is to follow the rules for each tense. Here also you can see that this is basically a rule that is being explained over here. If you understand this rule, then these kind of mistakes will not be made in this sentences, and we will form the correct sentence. Now the formation of the sentence correctly will only occur when you practice these type of exercises, and also when you read novels and you read newspapers, so that you will be able to understand how to form the sentence, what is the correct structure of sentence. So in order to practice such questions, I suggest you to register to our online portal, that is www.abhyasonline.in. When you register to this portal, you will find n number of sample papers regarding this topic. Attempt those sample papers in order to analyze your abilities and also to check your strong and weak concepts. Improvise more on your weak concepts in order to score good in your exams and become master of English. So till then, keep learning and keep practicing.